Ethereum is the backbone of Web3, but its transactions per second limit leave room for challenges. Solana, Avalanche, Cardano and Polkadot all claim to be the next Ethereum. But which one really has the speed, decentralization and developer activity to win? Let's break down the data. Ethereum built DeFi, NFTs and smart contracts, but it only processes about 15 to 30 transactions per second on its base layer. Even after upgrades, this limit cost efficiency and speed. So the big question is, can a new layer 1 blockchain unseat Ethereum as the go-to network? Today I analyze speed, decentralization, validator, distribution and developer activity across the major contenders. Let's break it down. So what is layer 1? Simply explained, layer 1 is foundational blockchain. It must balance scalability, transactions per second, security and decentralization. Now let's talk about the transactions per second benchmark. Who is the fastest? I'm gonna break it down by real numbers. Ethereum is around 15 to 30 transactions per second on base layer, limited without rollups. Solana designed for ultra high transactions. Stress test now is around 80,000 to 100,000 transactions per second, theoretical, with real sustained loads in the thousands. Avalanche architected for the fastest transactions. Subnet design scales, but real average is often lower than max. Polkadot has around 1000 to 1500 transactions per second with shared security. Cardano has about 250 transactions per second, but potential with the future Hydra scaling. But speed isn't everything. Well, see why decentralization and developer interest matters even more. So decentralization metrics and what they really mean. A truly decentralized blockchain doesn't let a handful of validators control consensus. A large, more distributed validator set improves censorship resistance and security. Ethereum's POS has thousands of independent validators. Polkadot's parachain gets shared security, but validators behave diverse. Cardano has over 3,200 independent stake pools with broad distribution. This is where many fast chain trade decentralization for speed, and it's not obvious from the logo. For the validator distribution and who actually participates. On Ethereum, thousands of independent validator entities. Solana has relatively fewer validators but strong participation. On Avalanche, multiple subnet validators, but some centralization debate. Polkadot, validators secure multiple parachains, boosting security scale. And Cardano, broad stake pool ecosystem, one of the strongest decentralization metrics. And remember, decentralization isn't just a buzzword. It directly affects censorship, resistance and resilience. Now let's talk about the developer activity. Where is the real progress happening? Ethereum, deepest development ecosystem, most dApps, tooling and innovation. For Solana, rapid growth in DeFi, gaming, high frequency applications. And Avalanche, subnet support attracts custom projects. Polkadot, multi-chain interoperability attracts specific builds. And Cardano, slow but good development, formal verification focus. So developers go where users and tools are easiest, and that's telling. Now let's talk about trade-offs and trilemma. What's most important? Scalability versus decentralization versus security. No chain is perfect. Each sacrifices something. Which of these trade-offs matter most to you? Speed, security, or real decentralization? The real question: can anyone replace Ethereum? My personal summary without financial advice. Ethereum still dominates DeFi and dApp value. Some challengers beat Ethereum in speed, but may trade off decentralization. In the comments, tell me which metrics you think determines the next Ethereum, speed or decentralization. If you want real data on the next generation of blockchains, hit subscribe and comment which layer 1 you think will lead Web3 in the next cycle. Till then, see you in the next video.